goodness. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Oh,
That's a little
ooh.
spice. Welcome back to Love Letters to Broadway podcast, the podcast where you get Broadway tips, tricks, advice, and we share our adventures and our obsessions. My name is Skylar,
And I'm Michelle, and we have a lot.
and it's episode 40. 40.
Wow.
Look at that. 40
How,
weeks.
how many weeks are in a year? 52?
Yeah, we're so close.
Wow,
It's
Skylar, we've almost been doing
crazy.
this for a year.
It doesn't feel like it.
That's wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle. We had a great week. Well, we had been having a great couple of weeks, honestly.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So we're excited to talk about that, but we're gonna do our usual stuff, blah blah blah. And then we're gonna yap about Hadestown because we saw a whole new cast and our lives have been changed forever, so we have to talk about it. Um,
Absolutely. Like this is my cast. Like
it's
I don't
mind-boggling.
think any other cast will ever surpass this cast in my brain.
Mind-boggling. Ali was insane. I mean, we're going to talk about it. We kind of foreshadowed it a lot last podcast, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, we're just going to yap about that because we can't not yap about it because we're so obsessed. So obsessed.
So obsessed.
But so that's our special 40. It's a yap about Hadestown, and I couldn't be happier. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think it's a good yap. I think it's a good episode for the number 40.
Hmm.
But we gotta figure out something really big for 50.
That's gonna be crazy. In the 1 year,
Well, in the 1 year, oh, they're only 2 weeks apart.
that's
So,
crazy. You know what's funny is if we're being honest, it's really late, especially for me, Skylar speaking. I go to bed
mhm.
by 8:30 usually during the week because I'm an old woman. It is 9 o'clock at night and we're recording. So it's loopy hour. So get ready, baby. Loopy, loopy, loopy.
We're loopy, we're not caffeinated, and we're gonna lose our mind.
You will get our wildest takes tonight. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
wild. We've never recorded this late, so it's kind of like,
No, but let's explain why we're recording this late. We're recording this late because we just wasted the last 2 hours looking up show tickets.
yeah, because we're stressing about well, not stressing. Like we'll see the shows, but we want to see as many of the new shows that are nominated for the Tonys so we can give
Yes.
our um
So
honest.
we are planning on doing a Tony nominations episode, um, where we're going to give our personal.
Oh,
What just
sorry.
happened?
Sorry. I'm back.
You good? You
I'm good.
good?
Good, good.
Um, I don't know what just happened. So we are going to be doing a Tony nominations episode where we're going to talk about like what we predict will win or what we hope to win in each category. I guess it's more like what we hope to win.
Mhm.
And then we'll see who's the most correct out of the two of us, who got the most accurate. But I have a feeling most of our choices are going to line up anyway. So we
Yeah.
made a list before coming on about what new shows we have left to see before we could give like really accurate ratings and predictions. So we have to see Dead Outlaw,
Yeah.
Operation Mincemeat, Buena Vista Social Club, Oh Mary, Good Night and Good Luck, Just in Time, Glengarry Glen Ross, and Smash before the Tony Awards. Now, obviously, some of them, I mean, they're all important, but
Mhm.
some outweigh others in terms of importance for the Tonys. Like, Smash really only received one award nomination, so I don't know if it's what we have to rush to.
Yeah.
And Good Night and Good Luck's gonna be broadcasted on TV, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit when we get to Broadway news. But
Yeah.
I think like some of these we really got to get to, and we only have like a week and a half because we want our Broadway episode to come out on June 1st, our Tony
Yeah.
episode. So
So we'll try our hardest. We got days
yeah.
planned. So we're gonna be if you see us out and about, you might see us on the street. Come say hi.
Yeah, because we're
Scare
gonna
us
be
though.
what?
Don't like approach us like scary because we get like don't just like you know what I mean? You know when people like go behind you like, oh my God, and I'm like, oh God.
Has
No.
that ever happened to us yet?
No, I'm just saying like today it happened to me at the store where I saw an old friend. They came up behind me, they go, Skylar. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah. No. Okay,
Don't
wait a
do
minute.
that.
Actually, that's the worst. It happened to me in Target once. All of a sudden, I heard someone go behind me, Michelle? And I was like, I just wanted to get my milk.
I know. That's like that freaks me out.
Yeah.
And I go into like the defense where I'm like, my fists go up.
Okay, so what Skylar means to say is don't jump us.
Mhm.
If you see us out and about rushing between shows, you could say hi nicely.
Yeah, just don't scare us.
You can approach.
Yeah,
Just don't terrify us.
yeah.
Because we're both very jumpy people.
Very, very jumpy. And we both decided, what was it? Last time we saw the show, we saw Pirates.
hmm
And I looked at Michelle, I said, I think I would have to be the protector. If something was to happen, I would have to fight. And you would have to just scream or something. Like I was like, we need to like figure this out just in case something happens.
Fix ourselves. But yeah, Skylar, Skylar she's gonna be our hero.
Hero to hero.
Hero to hero.
We'll keep you updated. Hopefully we get some lottery wins and
Yeah. There's a chance we may not get everything in, but we're gonna try so we can
we'll
give you
try.
accurate
I
predictions.
believe in the power of us.
I believe I can
We're gonna be
fly.
so tired by the end of it, though.
We're gonna be exhausted, but it's
But
worth it.
thriving.
Exhausted, but thriving and living life to the fullest. I manifest that we
Mhm.
get at least 6 of 8 of these off the list and we
That's
get
a
them done.
good.
I want 6 out of 8. That's my goal.
Ooh, I agree.
Thank you.
Or maybe I'll go 5 out of 8.
You're manifesting at least 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
We got this. So yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot it. So let's go into hyperfixations for this loopy week.
Okay.
You wanna go first?
Sure.
On
So I'm tr
60. Remember the song?
Oh, yeah.
Four.
64.
No, we're
Or hesitation. I go first.
you better go second. Okay. Sorry. That was a throwback.
Throwback. You know what also was a throwback? Oh, now you got me going. Did you
Hmm.
ever do this growing up? Don't make me snap my fingers into Z formation, hip rotation, booty sensation, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, snap, snap, kiss, kiss.
Never did that.
Mm. I did the first half like elementary, middle school, and then I learned the second half in high
Oh
school.
yeah.
hmm
Uh, Iconic.
Iconic. Off topic, but
Can we talk
iconic.
about Brody Grant saying iconic? He stole my catchphrase. Okay, keep going.
Mm. Are you gonna start beef with Brody Grant on this
Brody Grant, I'm
podcast?
calling you out. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Brody. I'm so
Whoa!
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so this
Please
is the
be in the
thing.
show. May
Sky
29th.
so Skylar thinks that she owns the catchphrase iconic.
It's a
So
toxic
when she
trait.
saw Brody in one of the lives, kept saying iconic, she messages me and goes, he's saying iconic. He's saying my phrase.
He said it the way I said it. No, I was
Mhm.
joking. It's all a joke. But
Just watch somehow Brody listens to this podcast
yeah,
and now he hears that he got
probably.
called out.
Yeah, that's
He got
funny.
got. Got
I
got.
got Brody.
Okay, back to hyperfixation since we haven't started them yet.
Oh my God.
So I've been a little bit all over the place musically this week.
Uh-huh.
I've been like revisiting a lot of older shows on like my phone that I've been just like listening to music and I'm like, oh yeah, I like the song from this show and this from this show. So in third place, I have, and you don't even know it, from Everybody's Talking About Jamie, which was the West End musical that played for a while. It
Yeah.
also was turned into a movie. Um, I don't know if I've ever played the music for you. It's great music.
I listened to it. It's on TikTok, right? I've seen it a little bit.
Yeah, there's stuff on TikTok, but it's phenomenal. And I wish they transferred it to the US and they didn't. And it's stupid, but it's okay. So that's in third place. In second place this week, oh my God, I just had it and I lost it. What the poop did I want to put in second place? That's frustrating. I cannot remember what I wanted to put in my second place. I had a really good one picked out. Oh, I remember now. Okay, in second place, um, we found a version online of Ollie singing If It's
You put
True.
that in too? Shut the fuck up!
What?
I put that in too.
And this is why we share a brain.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm so sorry for yelling.
It's okay. It's okay. They forgive you.
Wow.
Yes. So that I literally like I was just staring at it. I was like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? And I was like, oh yeah, it was that. So if it's true,
Amazing.
the Ollie version, because holy shit, it is freaking incredible. The best progression I've ever heard of that song, but we'll get to that. And then in my number one spot, I've been revisiting The Great Gatsby a little bit.
Oh.
And it's One Way Road.
Wow.
You know, you gotta listen to it more. The
Yeah.
lyrics of that song are so heartbreaking, and her progression from going crazy to like her inner thoughts, her outer thoughts, and like realizing like the love she had and the love she lost, but also it's like, what about this baby? And what about the new love I found? But he's also gonna leave me and cheat on me in the future and this and that. And she's in between two men and she doesn't know which road to take, is really what the song is
We
about.
love Gatsby. Oh my
Mhm.
god. Yeah, I gotta
Love
re-listen to
Gatsby.
that.
Love, love. So those are my songs this week. But like I said, I've also been revisiting older shows. Like I've been revisiting Wonderland, which is an older show. Didn't really do well, but it was a good show. Young Frankenstein I've been revisiting. I was listening a little bit to like some songs from Beetlejuice and Carrie and All Shook Up. I've been on a random throwback week.
Hmm. Cool.
So those are my songs.
Hmm.
In terms of other things in life, I haven't really been playing Toontown as much this week. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. I just haven't really had time. I've been busy with work.
Yeah.
But when I have played, I did almost get into a fight a couple times.
I'm dead.
I was pissed. So as you all know, my character is a duck. And her name's Princess Cookie Honey Dazzle. And I made her a very short and fat duck. I wanted her to be
That's
chubby.
cute.
Thank you. I thought she was adorable. But these freaking trolls on
Oh
the
no.
game, I was kart racing because you can do almost like Mario Kart in the game, but you unlock things when you do it. And these two random little like one level people who just started the game come up to me and they go, "Big behind duck."
That's so mean.
I was like, "Excuse me?" And I was with one of my friends in the game, and like from like the game or whatever, and she goes, "Are they being for real?" And we turn around and they go, "You're so big, you're not even gonna fit in the cart." They called my duck fat.
Oh my God.
So I reported them, and I know she did
Good.
too. She did too. But I don't know. According to this girl, obviously I don't know those people. I mean, it's like the online universe. It's those type of games.
Yeah.
She said that they get trolls like that like all the time online. Like apparently Toontown's also like a really like dark side of it, which I've never discovered. And she
Um,
said that she actually thinks people like that, like it's been known that a lot of them actually work for the Toontown company, so they're able to get away with this kind of stuff.
like why do people do that? I don't get
I don't
it.
know. But yeah, they call Princess Cookie Honey Dazzle fat. Those
Um,
little bitchs.
that's so rude.
Yeah. So a little bit of Toontown drama. People pissed me off this week.
Mhm.
Um, and then in terms of like television shows and stuff, I'm struggling. There's not really a lot to watch right now.
Mhm.
I did last night just start the television show Next Level Chef
Mhm.
because I love my Gordon Ramsay, and I've now like finished Master Chef. Hell's Kitchen, like I've been watching like random seasons, but like I needed something else. So I started Next Level Chef. It was pretty good the first episode, but we'll see how it progresses. But man, I would love to meet Gordon Ramsay. That's on my bucket list.
That'd be cool.
I would love to meet him.
Yeah.
I think if we were to redo our Hell Hear Me Out cakes,
He would be on it?
I think I would maybe put him on it. There's some sort of like
Really? His nose.
he's not cute at all, but I think there's just something
Like a
interesting.
swagger.
I think it's just something interesting, like about the fact that he could cook like that. I don't know.
I mean,
But not like, trust me, I do not have a crush on Gordon Ramsay, but I think I would put him on a Hear Me Out cake.
that makes sense. He was probably on a bunch, I would think.
Yeah, he's too blonde. I think he's a little too blonde.
Does he diet?
I
Yeah.
don't know. No, now he's going gray, so.
Huh.
But I guess there was that this week. Also, for Star Wars fans, I saw on Disney Plus that they posted like the full POVs of the Rise of the Resistance ride at Disney World and Disneyland. So I watched that this week. So I would recommend everyone go watch that if you haven't been on the ride because hell yeah, that's like one of the best rides. And oh, one other interesting thing I will share that I'm hyper fixating over this week.
Mhm.
So I read in the news today that a Pokemon fossil museum is coming to the US.
Oh.
And I tend to like my Pokemon. And it's not in New York,
I know.
but they built fake fossils of Pokemons.
How do you say Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Okay.
Why? How do you say Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Saying it the same way.
Okay.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah.
So, that was in the news, and I thought that was really interesting that they're building these fake fossils of Pokemon.
That's cool.
And I kind of want to go because I want to know what the inside of a Jigglypuff would look like. And I've been hyper fixating that all day today. And I found in my house, which I didn't even know we owned, I found a Pokemon anatomy book. Someone, like some fan, made a whole fake anatomy book about what the insides of Pokemon would look like. And let me tell you, Jigglypuff was creepy as all hell. They gave her sharp,
Really?
crazy teeth.
Why?
They ruined my girl. I don't know why, but it creeped me out.
Remember that?
I love her. If I was a Pokemon, I would be a Jigglypuff. I love her. I love her.
I like Squirtle.
Squirtle.
So cute.
I love Squirtle Squad. Squirtle
Yeah.
Squad. Those are two of my favorites, Jigglypuff and Squirtle. You know who I also love? I don't know if you've seen him, Quaxley. He's a
Yeah,
duck. I guess I have a thing with ducks.
you do.
Hmm. So yeah, I guess that's all my hyperfixations. I don't know if I have anything else really going on. Oh, one more thing I'll add.
Oh man.
Did you see that they announced that they're turning the off-campus book series into a television show?
Did you read the books?
I did.
Really?
I adored them.
I didn't read those.
This book hasn't read those books.
No.
You have to read those next. I
Ellie
adored,
Kennedy?
yeah, Elle Kennedy. I
Oh.
adored those books. I loved them. I read them so fast. Like it's one of my favorite book series.
Yeah, I don't know. I never did. But do you see that what's his face? Anthony? Is his name Anthony?
Yeah,
Antonio.
and Anthony, how do you pronounce his last name? Cipriano?
Does it isn't it Antonio? Or is
I
it
think so. Antonio.
something real Italian?
Anthony. Let's see. Uh, Anthony Cipriano.
Oh, so Anthony was
Oh
right.
wait, no. Antonio Cipriano.
There we go.
There you go.
Antonio.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it.
Everyone hates the casting for it.
Well, because his character in the books is supposed to have, I think, like, remember correctly, like blonde hair, light blue eyes, like the casting, like he doesn't look like the character he was cast as. So people are getting picky. But like
He's gonna be great.
Leave it up for imagination. He's gonna be great and he's very cute. So like leave it
Yeah,
up.
so like who
But I'm
cares?
surprised you have to read it. It's all about hockey guys, and I know you like your hockey guys.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'll add it to my list.
I may reread those books. Maybe I'll read it with you because I loved them.
When does it come out?
Let's see. Off-campus series, TV show. Um, it doesn't say. It's probably not going to be till next year because they just did the casting.
How many
So
books is the series?
so it's 4 books is the main series, but then there's a bunch of like
Novellas.
spin-offs. Like there's like a 5th book, there's novellas, but there's also like spin-offs of like other people that show up in the books, but like they're not like the main 4 best friends, like the main 4 guys.
Is the first book called The Deal?
Yes, The Deal is the first one, and that's Hannah and Garrett's story.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, okay, I'll skip that.
my favorite one is The Score, which is Dean and Allison's story. That one is like spicy and is
Hold on,
great.
I'll have to read it.
They're a
It's
little spicy,
like
yeah.
available at my library now, but I'm in the middle of reading my book, so I don't want to borrow it and then it like, you know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
screenshot it.
You can wait, but they're I loved them. I loved
Yeah,
them.
I've seen them before. I just never, I don't know why. I
So
think,
at my last job, like when I wasn't really like doing a lot of work, I would sit there on my computer and I would read the books on my Kindle, like but through like the website app. And
yeah,
like no one ever knew. I was just sitting and reading all day at work.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then
Uh,
they get up to the spicy scenes and you're like, "Oh my God, can anyone see my computer? Can anyone see my computer?"
yeah, I listen to audiobooks and sometimes like I really hope people can't hear what I'm listening to because I'm like, wait, what? I like when the audiobooks have the man talking. I don't like when the woman pretends to be a man. Like I need the man voice.
Oh,
That is good.
Skylar has a kink. Okay, moving on. What are your hyperfixations?
How many? Oh no, I'm kidding. Okay. So like we said, well, we'll get to it. At 3 is I've been obsessed with Joe Jonas. He just released
Still?
yeah, it's so good.
You've been obsessed with him like 3 weeks there straight now.
Yeah, because he last night he released a music video for this song and it's so heartbreaking, but so
Mm.
beautiful. Heart by Heart by Joe Jonas is at 3. Addicted. It's kind of about like when you're in a relationship and obviously you break up, but you still are like, I'm still here for you in some aspect.
Mm.
So that's at 3. Then at 2, as we said, is If It's True, Ollie's version from TikTok.
So good.
Like this man has like taken Orpheus and just completely did everything right. Um, I really just love it. Again, his progression, we'll talk about it, but like also like the way he humanizes Orpheus at points in the song and talks, especially like if this is how the world is, the way he says that really gets me. Um,
Right?
it's
I guess what gets me is when he starts growling by
yeah.
the end.
But I also, so at 1, I also found a recording of him singing when they're going, it's not called the chant, or is it the chant reprise? Whatever. When him, Orpheus and Eurydice are going back home and he can't turn around, that progression of the doubt comes in, and he's like, "Who am
Mm.
I?" His vocal range is insane. He goes from like the sweetest little voice to like completely deep and like just like insane. Like his voice is so cool to me.
It's so unique.
You don't think it's
And
coming
but
out of
that's
his
what I loved
mouth?
him. But that's what I loved about him and Tommy. And people just didn't give him enough credit. Like it amazes
No.
me like how Tommy went so under the radar.
Yeah,
Like it
like
won Best Revival, but like no one went.
I don't get it. But also like you don't expect his voice to come out of that body. Like
It doesn't make sense, but it
it's
like,
so cool. And I just love it because it's like at one point he's like, who am I? Why would I lead her or whatever? And just the way he like growls it out, I'm like,
oof,
what? Like
oof.
insane. So I've
And
been
it does help that he's very good looking, but
yeah,
that's
and I think
nice.
he fits Orpheus in a way that I we knew he was gonna be great, but like this like level of greatness where I'm
Mhm.
like I need to go tomorrow.
Skylar actually, after we saw the show, apologized to me because she didn't understand, like, I mean, she understood why I loved him in Tommy, but she didn't understand why I was like obsessed with him. And I was like, wow, he's so talented and like everything.
Yeah.
And she apologized to me everywhere. She was like, I'm so sorry. I see it now. I understand you.
Yeah, like I completely understand. He's also like just the sweetest human.
He
Like
was so sweet at the
he,
stage
des-
door.
he deserves everything. Um,
Yes.
so that's a major obsession. I just fell in love with Hadestown over and over again. I think it's like I remember when we left the Friday and just that feeling of like your heart breaks, but I felt so like hopeful for a future. I don't know, it was weird. I felt
Hmm.
very like healed leaving.
I agree. I felt so like I was thriving.
Yeah. So yeah. Books wise, I'm still reading Hunger Games. I'm on book 4, where it's President Snow's backstory. I'm still on that. I haven't had that much time to read because life got busy this week. So I'm like
Hmm.
100 pages of that left. And then I'm up to the final book of the series. Again, I'm shocked that I'm obsessed with Hunger Games this much. Um, I thought
I
I
didn't
was gonna
think
love
you would
it.
be.
I thought I was gonna like it, but not love it like the way I do. I think it's so interesting, this dystopia, but it's also like scary. I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, and the characters you could just fall in love with. But I don't know if Katniss is my favorite character. I have a love-hate relationship with Katniss.
Katniss always irked me.
Yeah, I have a love-hate with her. Because like obviously she's gonna take Prim's place, like obviously. But I also can't figure out her and Peta because I feel like that storyline was rushed. Like in the third
Mm.
book, it's all wrapped up, like Katniss's story. Like I feel like there should have been 4, like another one.
Maybe they're gonna come out with another one at some point.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, obsessed. And I'm on episode 8 of You. Um. I was watching it before, so I guess I kind of I'm hooked. At first, I was like, I'm kind of over this, but I think you don't watch that show. You're not gonna watch it, right? I think if he doesn't go to the jail at the end, I'll be like mad because it's like 5 seasons of him just killing people and getting away with it. Like, there's
I
no way they can end it where he just is free.
I
Like,
don't completely understand the purpose of that show, like how this guy just gets away with all this.
well, it was a book, so it was a 2 book series
Oh.
by Caroline Kepnes or something. It was only 2 books. So the first book is the backstory with Beck and her in the bookstore and all that. And the second book is when he meets Love Quinn, and has Henry, whatever, that story. But at the end of that book, Love sets him up at a Waffle House with Henry, thinking he's going to get custody back with Henry, but it's just a bunch of police there, and he goes to jail. And that's
So then he's probably gonna go to jail in the show.
but they just kept going because Love's story was season 2 or 3, maybe season 3.
Oh, I don't know.
They
I don't
just
even know
kept
these characters
going.
you're naming.
Yeah, they just kept going and going. Um, so now I'm kind of just over it, but I will finish it. So yeah, that's kind of been my week. I haven't been reading too much. I mean, I have like 100 pages left, which I should be done with it by the end of this weekend, hopefully. But yeah, just Hadestown and Joe Jonas again.
It's very you coded.
Yeah, I'm very like, and Joe Jonas be popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I guess before getting into Broadway news, as Skylar mentioned, we did have a great week. We saw Hadestown. We also saw Pirates, the Penzance musical this week,
Yeah.
which was a rush win. We
Hmm.
got incredible fourth row seats for $53. And that show was also completely unexpected. It was incredible.
We loved it.
We loved it, which we are going to review maybe next week or the week after. But so we had a good week. We've been winning and entering shows, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot over the next 2 weeks.
Definitely. Definitely.
Definitely.
Right.
So I guess starting with some exciting Broadway news. As we all know, they were going to be releasing a Frozen Pro Shot at some point. Well, we now have a release date. It is going to be out on Disney Plus on June 20th, starring Samantha Barks as Elsa.
Yeah.
I feel iffy about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw Frozen on Broadway. It was good, but was
Yeah.
it like the best Disney on Broadway show I've seen? No.
I didn't see it, so I'm excited to watch it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I just wasn't drawn to it when it came out. I think because at that time, I think I was in the school district doing something. I could have been a TA or something, and
Yeah.
Frozen was just everywhere. And I think I was just so over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
I wasn't drawn to go.
there was just so much Frozen hype back then. I mean, the show was really good. I liked it. It's just like what bothered me is that her ice powers are all with projections. Like I'm like, you're Disney. You could do spend a little more money. Like
Yeah,
you could do some better special effects.
the ticket prices were probably crazy too. So they could have,
I don't know. My aunt took me to go see it, so I don't know how much she paid.
yeah. But
Um,
I guess we talked about this before. Just exciting for people. Like we want to see the show, but with the average ticket price of like $300 for like all the way in the back, it's not likely. But George Clooney's Good Night and Good Luck is going to be telecast on CNN. Its entire performance will be live June 7th. Again, we want to see it. We're hoping to win the lottery, but the rush lines have been crazy long too. So I don't know if we'll get in, but it is cool to be able to hopefully watch it on CNN.
yeah, you definitely. My plan is to be glued to the TV that night.
Yeah.
And then the next day is the Tonys. So
Yeah.
at least we'll hopefully get to see it before the Tonys.
Yeah,
One
because
way or the other.
it's so hard. I wish.
I wish it was more accessible. They're trying to make it more accessible, which is why they're doing it on CNN, but they need to work on it. Other
Yeah.
exciting
Hard.
news, which I am so excited about because I
Yeah.
loved the show when it was on Broadway. Be More Chill is doing a special 10th anniversary cast reunion concert. So it made its world premiere at the Two River Theater in 2015, and that is where the reunion concerts are going to be. It's July 24th and 25th in Red Bank, New Jersey.
There's no way that was 10 years ago. What the?
I'm stunned. Wait, but it's not. This is the thing. It's not the 10th anniversary of the show being on Broadway. It's the 10th anniversary of the show being created.
Okay. That makes me
Like
feel.
of even like the concept album and everything.
Okay, that
Because
makes me.
it was not on Broadway 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's makes me feel real old.
Yeah, it's not 10 years. I think it's a little bit they're kind of like the articles and everything are kind of announcing it a little bit weird. It's not 10 years. It came out on Broadway in 20. Let me double check. It was premiered off Broadway in 2018, so it wasn't like on Broadway until like 2019.
Okay,
Yeah, so they need to reword it a little bit.
that's exciting. Wish.
I loved Be More Chill. I was just listening to it today. I was listening to Michael in the bathroom.
Oh, that's the only song I know. I didn't get to
I
see it.
wonder if we could go to the reunion concert, but will you understand it? Because like you need to see the show to understand the music.
I
Otherwise,
don't
it's kind
know.
of weird. We'll
Um,
talk about it because I loved Be More Chill. I would love to go see the reunion concert. And randomly,
hmm.
we were
Oh my
everyone
God, yeah.
we were walking on the street a couple weeks ago, and boom! I turned my head. There's Will Rowland walking next to
That
me.
was crazy. That was crazy.
I made eye contact with him, and my evening was made.
He hasn't been in anything for a while.
No,
Hmm.
but shout out to Will Rowland. He's awesome. Um, the
Um,
next one is
yeah.
also very exciting. Go ahead.
Yeah. Real Women Have Curves surprised us with song drops today,
Yay!
which I'm hoping helps with their marketing.
I hope so because I feel bad for them because their show deserves everything and more. And I saw even recently, like some of the cast members are like posting, like, please help us with marketing. How can we do better? Like, it's
Yeah, it's
sad. So,
really scary.
yeah, so I'm hoping that helps boost them. But if you haven't listened to the music yet, I highly recommend because Real Women Have Curves has awesome music. It's a lot of fun. It's like, they all have the Latin flair. So, it's fun music.
I love that show.
I want to
Just
see it
love
again.
it.
I want to see it again.
It was so good.
It was so sweet.
It really was.
Mhm.
Also,
Other exciting news. Sunset Boulevard is gonna have Rashidra Scott come back for three performances this month. So she's gonna be playing Norma on May 23rd, May 24th, for both performances. So you could catch her May 23rd at 8 p.m., May 24th at 2 p.m., or May 24th at 8 p.m.
she was amazing.
She was like one. I think
Scary.
she was scary. I think acting wise, she was the best Norma.
Yeah.
So highly recommend you run to go see her.
Yeah, that was so cool when we saw her.
She terrified me.
Oh my God. The ending? I want to go Sunset real bad.
Maybe,
It's so
maybe we could
hard to
try
see
for
those.
maybe we could try for Rashidra's Day.
Yeah, why not?
Mm.
That'd be exciting. Chicago has more casting. I'm gonna say this her last name wrong. Like there's no way.
Charlotte d'Amboise.
Yeah. She's
Amboise.
gonna return to
Chicago.
Chicago May 26th. Will Chicago ever close?
No, it's so cheap to put on. I
Yeah.
don't think it's not really costing them much, to be honest. I mean, it's costing, but like not as much as other shows.
Yeah. I just think it's like meh.
hmm So it was also announced this week that Dracula's coming to the West End, starring Cynthia Erivo,
Yeah.
which is she's a busy woman between Wicked, Dracula, Jesus Christ Superstar. You got to
When
give it to
Jesus
her.
isn't Jesus Christ this summer? Right?
hmm
Are they gonna release it? Do
No,
they take
they
those?
usually don't.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I would pay good money to see her.
Yeah. Well, people record, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see clips.
Because I know the rent one. Um, I thought this was cool. Did you see that Sarah Snook has no understudies?
At all.
Yeah. The
So what
picture
happens if she gets sick?
because they canceled the show.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair to the audience, though.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, it's a little risky.
I saw that and I was like, there's no way. There is a way, apparently.
Hmm.
I guess it's hard to teach someone else. I don't know.
I don't know.
This show that if you saw, can you message us? Because I need to know the lore behind it.
Yeah, I know nothing really about it. I don't really have a desire to see it, but like if everyone thinks we need to go,
Yeah, like
I'll
if it's like
consider it.
months. Yeah.
Um, so another Jason Robert Brown musical called The Connector is going to be doing a one night only benefit reunion concert of the original cast, which is going to be at Webster Hall on June 16th, and that's going to benefit the Committee to Protect Journalists.
I
I
like
had
that.
no idea that this show existed, but now I'm curious to look it up.
Yeah, and he has like a cult following, so I'm sure people will flock to see
Mhm.
it.
Why when you said flocked did I picture a bunch of like seagulls going,
Oh my God.
oh, why?
Because that's what it is. That's
Movie
funny.
hour.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mhm.
So if you want to go, let us know. Webster
Hell
Hall.
yeah.
I love
Hell
Webster
yeah.
Hall.
Let us know.
Did you see the Great Gatsby casting for South Korea?
South Korea has amazing casting. Bring that to the US.
Like what? Why are they going to South Korea?
Are they gonna be singing in Korean?
No.
But like, okay, I don't want to be mean, but then how are people there gonna understand the show?
Subtitles?
I don't know.
There's no way. Well, I don't know. That's a good question.
How does it work?
I don't know.
Well, I guess going through the cast members. So Matt Doyle was announced as Jay Gatsby.
Not fair.
Come to the US. Senzel Ahmadi is cast as Daisy, Gerald Caesar as Nick,
Mhm.
Amber Ardolino as Jordan Baker, which
Are
is
you kidding
also
me?
amazing casting. Janet DeWall as Myrtle Wilson, Wes Williams as Tom Buchanan, and Tally Sessions as George Wilson.
Isn't that crazy?
It's awesome casting. Can you bring it to the US?
Like
Like
what?
what?
Do they usually do that? South Korea?
I've never seen like an announcement like that for South Korea. South Korea has their own theater, but I've never seen like American actors like really going and it being a whole big announcement.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Hmm.
So Amber is leaving Titanic. I think like the
Well,
end of
isn't
May.
isn't Titanic closing?
She's leaving before the closing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do want to see that show too at some point. We
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, definitely. It's on
Another
the
one on
list.
our list. Another one bites the dust.
Literally.
The one bites the dust.
So
Another
I
one.
guess that's it for Broadway news. Look at that. That was a lot.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. What a week for the Broadway as we approach
What a week.
Tony's.
What a week.
Oh
What
my
a
God.
life. What a Broadway.
So like we said, we're gonna yap about Hadestown because the cast that we saw was actually insane and like brought us like a whole new perspective of Hadestown.
Yeah.
Um,
So we went on Friday, May 9th.
yeah,
So it was only like Ollie and Myra Malloy's third or fourth performance.
third. So they started oh no, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it was their fourth. They were
Yeah.
performing their fourth.
You would never know.
No, you
Uh,
would think that they were performing it for like months together.
months. And also the cast, like, so Philip Boykin's back in as Hades, which was incredible. Daniel Breaker is currently playing Hermes, which, oh my
Love
God. I thought I loved oh my God, what's her name? I can't remember all of a sudden. Stephanie Mills.
Stephanie Mills.
I thought I loved her. Daniel Breaker, like,
He broke
wow.
me. We're gonna go into it, but he made me like start sobbing at the end. I think
Yeah.
Stephanie Mills was great, but lacked that connection of the love that Hermes has for Orpheus.
I mean, the thing is, though, she's such a diva and an icon. Like, she doesn't need to have that. You know what I mean? But he needs to like prove himself in this role, like why he makes a great Hermes. I feel like it's also the difference of someone who's like currently doing theater acting and someone who has a name,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Um, and then we also saw Merle Dandridge as Persephone,
amazing.
who I've loved since like I think if I remember correctly, she played the mom in Tarzan on Broadway,
Amazing.
and
She was
absolutely incredible. Yeah, she was the original mom. She played Kala. So I've loved her since then, and I never thought I was gonna get to see her in person. And wow, as Persephone, like this was the first time I actually liked the role
yeah, like
personally.
I liked I saw Persephone's understudy when Yola was in, and
Hmm.
I loved her. And to me, they had the same like view of Persephone, and that's why I liked. Um, but yeah, this was my fourth time seeing it, and I feel like I've just could see it 20 million times.
Hmm.
Um, I think they really made me fall deeper in love with the show and what it means deep
Hmm.
down.
Well, I felt like, and you and me spoke about this a little bit more. I think that this current cast almost understood the show more
Yeah,
and the story they were trying to express. I think this cast was also stronger acting wise in general. Like,
chemistry too.
yeah, like I said to you, like, Like I mean Jordan Fisher was fantastic. Like he's Jordan Fisher. He's
Yeah.
fan freaking tastic. But I think Ollie's acting abilities as Orpheus was on another level. Like you saw like how deeply in love he was, like on his face, and like he would make the slightest movements, and you just felt
Yeah.
like this is like an innocent. This guy is so such an innocent soul, and
Well,
he just wants to like save the love of his life.
when he first walked out, I looked at you and I was like, he is so like cute and innocent. Like he had that
Hmm.
naivety. I'm gonna say words wrong, by the way, because it's so late.
Hmm.
Um, of Orpheus that's needed in the development of him because you need to understand why this is the first woman he kind of sees and he falls so deeply in love with. And I think everybody's first love, we all act like that. We're all like,
Hmm.
oh, this is the person I'm going to marry. This is the person X, Y, and Z. And when it doesn't work out, that devastation. So he took that. And from the moment he walked onto that stage, you almost thought that he was like a young boy and not like a
Hmm.
20 something. And that's what was needed. And even the way that he was making eye contact with the workers, I thought was interesting because you could see the longing he had and like
Hmm.
that wanting to belong somewhere and trying, but he's the server and he would give them the drinks or whatever,
Yeah.
start cleaning up.
You
Um,
know, it's interesting you bring up the naivety because it's weird. When we saw Mulan recently with Jordan, I
yeah,
remember I said to you, I was like, I like him as Christian because he made the role more naive. But in case of Hades Town, when he came out and we saw him for the first time, I felt like he already was more of like an established man, like in the
yeah,
world of Hades Town. Like I viewed him as like maybe like 26, 27, like a little bit of an older man
mm-hmm.
who's, just, searching for his purpose. But I viewed Ollie as Orpheus as like a young, like maybe 18-year-old boy who's just
Yeah,
like getting started in the world. Hermes is his mentor and he's just trying to find a path. And then like meets this girl and he just like is obsessed. Like
yeah,
and like he like I almost felt like when Jordan was as Orpheus was when you have the scene where he starts getting really invested in writing the song and he is ignoring Eurydice,
yeah.
some sense I felt like he was like aware of that going on, like he was aware of her, like I don't know. But I felt like with Ollie as Orpheus, he was so engulfed, like he wasn't even aware that that
That
situation was
she was
happening.
in
Like I felt
the
like he was like a young boy, and you know how they get hyper focused on something,
yeah,
like in like different like projects almost. Like I felt
yeah.
like it was kind of more like that. Like I believed he was a younger person, or at least a more innocent person.
I think too, like with when he's writing that song, I think because Ali developed himself as Orpheus in that moment, you could tell that he really felt deeply that he needed to finish the song for Eurydice to
Mm,
provide her with that better life that she wants, a safe place to land, like that safety net, and he wants to be that person, so he needs to finish this.
mm,
And that's why he was so hyper focused. I will say Myra as Eurydice, she was okay. I think she has a little bit more to develop within Eurydice to understand Eurydice a little
mm.
bit more because I felt like at some points she was already at a 10 instead of building Eurydice up to the 10. Like, yeah,
I
Eurydice
agree.
is this girl who's very guarded, very blunt, very scared of, new people talking to her or whatever, of that. But you can develop in a way without sounding, and I can't find the right word, so I'm gonna say bitchy almost. And when you get too bitchy, it takes away from Eurydice. And I
Hmm.
think she was sometimes at a 10 when she needed to be like at a 5. But her chemistry with Ali worked well. But I think she has to develop Eurydice a little bit more compared to Ali, who already, I feel like, understands Orpheus deep down and who he is and why he acts the way he acts.
I agree. Like I felt like with her there was no room to grow. And I don't know, with her version of Eurydice, I did not feel any sort of sympathy
Yeah.
for the character, like at
Mhm.
all. Like not during the snowstorm, not when she signed her soul away, or not even at the end, when, as we all know, he turns around. Like I just didn't feel any, like I didn't care about her Eurydice in the same way, but I cared significantly about his Orpheus. And I remember I turned to you during intermission and I was like, I wish the pairing was Ollie with
Yeah, because her
Maya's
Eurydice was
Eurydice.
great. And I think one of the tall tales at the end, when he turns around and she goes, Orpheus, um, the way she said it too didn't make me tear up, but the way he went, Eurydice, and his tone got me, and the desperation in his voice that she was actually following him the whole time. So I think
Mm-hmm.
she has a little bit more to work on. Um, I loved the chemistry between Ollie and Daniel Breaker. I think
Mm-hmm.
the you could feel Hermes feeling so deeply for this young kid that he almost views as a son. And even like the part before the intermission, why we build a wall, I realized this time that Hermes doesn't sing. Hermes
Mm-hmm.
just stands stoic, staring out in the audience, almost on the verge of tears, while Hades is singing Why We Build a Wall with his workers and Persephone. And I think that just shows why um, what the role of Hermes is, but also like his deep love for this kid, but also he can't really involve himself too much because you have to let when you're a parent, you have to let your kid kind of go and
Yeah.
figure life. Although he wants to help him X, Y, and Z, you kind of have to let him go down this path
Yeah.
and figure his
I
life.
also like the difference of being able to see, we saw both him and Stephanie Mills. I liked the difference of the mother figure versus the father figure.
Yeah.
Somehow I felt more like there was more of a connection between Hermes and Orpheus when it was the father figure
Yeah.
scenario, but also in some sense, I think they're closer in age. So it also almost felt more like an older brother figure in some
Daniel Breaker is
moments.
closer in age.
Well, than Stephanie Mills.
Oh, I felt like he looked significantly older.
He's
I didn't get
older.
brotherly.
He's older, but like Stephanie Mills, I think is in like her
I
70s
think
or something. Yeah,
I
she's 68. Daniel Breaker, let me see how old he is.
I
He's only
think
44. I mean, it's a difference, like a 20 years age difference between the two Hermes. And I feel like that does add an interesting level to it too.
I think though Stephanie's Mills acting wasn't up to par comparable. I think if she acted like Daniel Breaker did in
Mhm.
the especially like at the end, he was sobbing.
He was breaking down. That got me.
Well,
His
and
ending, yeah, got me full.
that's what I was saying before because like and even like Persephone goes up to him and wipes his tears, and I think it was just such an amazing like touch and I think it's because of the actors doing a deep dive into their characters. Like Persephone too, like she was like almost like a motherly figure around Orpheus and around everybody, the workers, but even to Hermes. No, because she's
Interesting.
wiping his tears and like going over. I think she did such a good deep dive into Persephone and
She
into her
did.
role of
She did.
that. So
She definitely did. I didn't get, it's interesting like how we view things differently because I didn't get motherly vibes with her, but I did feel like, and I think I said this to you also like after the show. I feel like I understood the role of Persephone more this time, and like you saw how much she actually cared about Orpheus. Like I did not realize when we saw it in the past, which I think it was Yola playing the role.
yeah,
Like I did not realize that Persephone is aware of like Orpheus really being there and remembers Orpheus from, the Earth, like the Earth human world.
yeah,
Um, like I never got that connection. And there's one point where like they're on the turntables and they're circling the workers, and you actually see her consistently try to reach out to Orpheus to try to help him and to try to save him. But there's like nothing she can do. Like they keep missing each other. And
yeah.
I've never noticed that before.
And I think I recently just noticed in the Wait For Me reprise, she's holding the rose. And
Mm,
she's doing when Orpheus sings Wait For Me, he takes the rose and kind of like goes forward when he sings Wait. And she during that song too, she's doing it with just her is doing it.
mm.
So I thought that was an interesting thing that I've never noticed before. And I think it just shows like how much of a role Persephone plays in Orpheus' life, but also like in everyday life. I mean, she's the reason why the spring comes and the nice weather comes. Um, so yeah.
It's 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 really a whole new perspective of the show. I really feel like the cast makes a difference. I also felt like there was more of a bond between
Yeah.
Merle as Persephone and Philip as
Yeah.
Hades.
Yeah,
I believed more that they were in love.
you could see the longing that they both had for each other of the life that they did have and that they kind of lost because of
Hmm.
his rise in power and his power hungry as he continued to gain and be the ruler of the underworld.
Yeah.
And I think everyone can kind of relate to that at some point in life where you kind of are in a relationship and you're kind of, I guess it's almost like the last 5 years where he's gaining all this popularity and you're kind of a background figure.
Yeah.
I thought
And
it
you
was
have to
really,
remember your partner is there and that you're like a
you
partnership.
have
You're
to
not
work
like,
towards it.
you know, one other thing I want to mention, which I mentioned to you, something that really bothered me last time we went to see the show is that during the opening number, the second act, when Persephone's doing her solo, she
Hmm.
starts shouting out the band members.
Yeah,
And it really bothered me that Yola was reading the names from a piece of paper.
I
Merle
agree.
had every name memorized. There was no paper, nothing like that. And
Because
I
it
think
takes you out of
that
it.
made a difference. It built more of a community on stage. It kept you within the story. You believed that these music, like these musicians were maybe like in the world of Hades Town, that they lived underground with her, that they were longtime friends and she's just out having a good time with friends. When you're reading it from a piece of paper,
It takes you right out of the
it
show.
takes you right out of it. And also, I'm sorry, but like you're on Broadway. If you can remember all of these lyrics,
Yeah, I don't get that.
the entire show was sung through. How can you not remember six names?
Yeah, I don't get that. And it does. It takes you then you're like, oh, she's just an actor. When
Yeah.
she pulled out, not that, oh, she's Persephone.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't realize until like once I was deep diving, the Hadestown casting department, like directors and stuff, they let in the all I've ever known sequence when they're like going to the like orchestration part where they're
Mm-hmm.
going together. Oh, sorry. Um, they let the actors choose what they want to do.
Hmm.
So Ali and Myra did something different than Jordan and Maya. They start with the hands going back, but you know how she like flips her legs up?
Mm-hmm.
Maya does the thing where she goes like backwards and kind of puts and does like a circle with her arms.
Hmm.
She chose to kind of like flip almost up. And it's different for every Orpheus and Eurydice. And I think like we talked about Wicked and how they have to be carbon copies. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is like the best part of Hadestown directing. They let the actors feel out their characters and feel out what they want in that moment in such an intimate scene,
Yeah.
and what they
I
feel is right for them.
Yeah, like I do f like the fact that Hades Town, the cast, has so much freedom to
Yeah.
interpret the roles how they want to. Like even if you think about the differences between all the Orpheuses, they are so different. Like I know you always send me like the Donald Finn version. You
Yeah.
got the what's his name, Dylan Wood. You have
Dylan
his
Wood.
version. You have Jordan Fisher. You have Reeves. You have Ollie's now. Like there's some every version of Orpheus does, for example, if it's true differently. And I know you and me have talking about this. Like they start the song completely different. Some of them started standing. Some of them started on the floor. You said,
Mhm.
Donald Finn starts it completely lying down and just like staring off into like the sky. Like he's just like, what else can I do? Like
Yeah.
I love that things are up for interpretation because I feel like it's all because of that. I think that's why the show has lasted so long because every time you go, you're really seeing a different
Different
version,
show.
especially when it's different casts.
Did you realize the guy we saw in Pirates, the lead guy, he was Orpheus in the tour version of Hadestown before Pirates?
No, but
I
now I can see it.
I have to do a deep
Wow.
dive. I will do a deep dive. I just quickly I
I loved
saw
him in the
his
show.
well, because somebody in on Instagram tagged him on their post. So I clicked on him and I started scrolling. And I have to do a deep dive. I haven't listened to anything, but yeah. So I think that's the best part is that you get different interpretations for everything and it all works. It all works.
He was great in Pirates.
He was
Like,
probably great.
oh, we need videos of him.
I will say too, compared to Maya and Jordan, Myra and Ali didn't really touch and like Jordan and Maya were constantly kind of like kissing or touching each other. They had like more of like a subtlety to them that almost showed the innocence and the awkwardness of a first relationship, which I kind of liked.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
there was points where Ollie would touch her face, which was really cute. But also like before the Wait for Me reprise, I started really crying. I was crying a lot. Like I didn't
Hmm.
even know. Um I felt like Ollie was he took Myra's face, both of his hands, and put it around her face, and he was just staring into her. And I felt like he knew in that moment that like Orpheus would be like analyzing every aspect of her face to remember it, just in case something went sour. And I just felt that, like watching him just grab her cheeks and just like stare at her, and then like giving the kiss on the forehead. That was like such an amazing touch.
But see, again, I felt like he did that for her, but I felt like she wasn't really giving it back.
Well, yeah,
Like at one point, the two of them are standing off on the side, and this is when, kind of near the end, where they're waiting to like find out what their fate's gonna be like, what
yeah,
Hades and Persephone are gonna decide, and they're just holding each other, and he's facing the audience, her back is towards the stage, and her back's towards the audience. I mean, and
yeah,
they're hugging. And we were close. We were second row, but it really was like first row because there's no seats in front of us.
yeah. They
And
had an
you could
amazing
see
view.
it on her face that like he's like giving out this full-on performance, but you could see her face is just like kind of like dead,
Yeah,
facing the wall. And you could even see like the way they were hugging, like they weren't like grabbing, like they weren't like you're about to lose the love of your life possibly. Like I felt
yeah.
like the touch was too loose almost.
Mhm. Like he
Um,
was rubbing her arm, which I love, and
mhm.
she was just kind of like that's what I'm saying. I think she has to do a little bit more, and it will come in time. I think as they get more and more comfortable with each other, especially, but um, she needed to like. I feel like even if she just took her nails and kind of just had like a squeeze on him,
Mhm.
I think that would be so effective in portraying that because his what he did made me literally lose it because you can tell he was Orpheus is about to lose something that he never thought he would.
Yeah. He was fantastic. I think it was her that kind of threw me off. Like I just wish that I wish it was Maya and Ollie because I think they would have blended so well together.
Yeah.
Um, but not saying that Myra's bad. Like I thought she had like
No.
her flowers was beautiful. Like she had a great voice. It just I don't it didn't feel as polished to me as I think it could have been.
Yeah.
I think that's the right way to put it.
Yeah. Um, what else?
I don't know. I think that's like some of the main stuff we really want to talk about was really just the casting difference,
I will say, like, no matter how many times we go, I'm still like, no at the end. Like,
right?
so upset.
Like he makes it so close.
So close. So close. And it just hurts my soul every time.
Yeah.
But I will see it again and again because
Yes.
it's so important. And I think, I mean, we've had this argument with somebody on TikTok about why he turns around
Mhm.
and if it's trust, if it's whatever. um or for what did the guy say again? He said because he doesn't love her, which made no sense.
Yeah, he said something like he doesn't really love her, something like that, which is not the point of the story, even in the least bit. The point is that, like, you know, it was more that like doubt got in the way. It got the best of him, but not that he didn't love her. He turned around because he did love her, and he wanted to make sure she was actually there.
And I
But
think
like he got lost in his thoughts, forgot what's important, and made a very naive and stupid move, pretty much.
yeah, like it's that when you first start dating someone, it's like, do they actually like me? Or they actually like it's that anxiety that you get of like, oh, are they going to stay with me? Or are they just using me for right now? And that just, and the fates are so important in that way when they're, taunting him and they do it throughout the show to her and him and they express what is going on in their brains of that doubt, of that insecurities that they have. And I don't know. Would you turn around if you were Orpheus? Or would you walk? I would probably turn around too. Like I can't blame him.
Yeah, I can't blame him either. Like I understand why he turned around. I wish for his sake it was earlier in the walk.
Yeah, I wish it
Like
wasn't at the steps. Like,
yeah, like I wish it was a little earlier. But I don't know. I mean, it's really it's really supposed to be like you have to have enough trust in your partner that where the doubts don't overwhelm you.
yeah,
But in a situation like that, how do you help it? Like,
you just met her. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I know. It's like I don't even get mad. Like, what did you hear that guy say at the end? It's always the guys.
Oh, oh my God, what did he say? I think you're talking about the guy that went, oh shit, when he turned around. No. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember what he said. So we were walking out of Hades Town, and I heard this guy talking to his friend, and he goes, why does the guy always have to turn around that motherfucker?
So funny. So funny. It's so true. But honestly, I've never been mad at Orpheus at the end.
No, I'm not mad at him.
No.
I feel hopeful, which is weird
It
when we
makes no
leave.
sense. But
Makes
you,
no
do
sense,
you know what the
but
saddest part is though? You know that in this actually the Greek mythology of Orpheus and Eurydice, in
mhm.
the end he turns around and he spends the rest of his life just walking, looking for her.
Oh, I heard about that.
And that's the most depressing part of
Mm.
it.
He effed up.
He have to, but he is a young boy, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel bad for him.
I
I'm
feel
not mad at
bad.
you. I'm not mad at you.
But yeah, we'll be going to see Ollie again as Orpheus.
Oh yeah,
100%.
because he is just
He
insane.
is Orpheus. So yeah, I guess that's really it for this week's episode. We just wanted to kind of like a little yap session. It's the 40th episode. We didn't want to do anything too crazy this week. We just want to have
Yeah.
fun. So like always, everyone, please, please, please follow us on social media at Love Letters to BA with one Y on TikTok and at Love Letters to BA with two Y's on Instagram. Why? Let's say it all together. Because
One
one Y
wasn't
wasn't
available.
available. I was
Guys,
singing it
please
as I was
follow
doing it.
us on Instagram. We have significantly less followers on Instagram and we post more on Instagram.
Yeah, you
So
guys are
come on.
missing content. Like, what are you doing?
Come on.
Um, Also, for all business inquiries, you can reach us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once again, it's at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. More likely than not, it's going to be me responding to you because I don't sleep. But when I do sleep for like 2 hours a night, Skylar responds to you because she's up already. So
I'll be up by 6 tomorrow. So that sucks.
that's early. I will not be up that early.
I got things to do before I get my hair did.
We're going to have a whole new Skylar next week.
No more gray hairs, baby.
Oh my God. I can't even have Grace.
I
Sometimes
could
it's really
cry.
funny. We're on the rush line and
It's
somehow the lighting just
not
shows
funny.
every single one.
Not funny.
Thank,
Depression.
thankfully, I haven't turned
I got
gray
a new
yet.
one that popped in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thankfully, I haven't gone gray yet.
Yeah, don't rub
Hopefully,
it
I
in.
never will. Hopefully, I never will.
Ugh.
You know what I'm nervous about next? Wrinkles.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna blame the Greeks.
Mm.
My Greek ancestry.
Not the Italian, the Greek part.
Is it Italians?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's either Italian or Greek. Who could it be? Who done it?
All I know is thankfully my like dirty blondness covers, I guess if there is any there, it covers it. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Manifestation.
Yeah.
So we manifested that we're going to see at least 5 of these shows on our list. But what else shall we manifest for this week?
Well, should we be specific on the shows?
Sure. Let me pull out the handy dandy calendar.
And see if it happens. That would be sick.
I manifest on like a Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get into Operation Mincemeat.
What time is the show? 7?
I have no idea. But I'm feeling mincemeat for Wednesday.
Mincemeat
And
for Wednesday.
for Friday, I don't know. Well, Friday we said we're probably gonna record our next episode, but I'm feeling for Saturday, I'm feeling a surprise Outsiders Rush success and Buena Vista Social Club.
Okay. I'm down with that.
And then we have your birthday coming up, which we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for it. But we're gonna see something special that evening.
We got a birthday coming up.
We got a birthday coming up. But don't say unfortunately. You're not even that old. Relax. But it's up to you to manifest what you're gonna get on the night of your birthday. I'm not making that manifestation for you.
Back and forth. I keep going back and forth. It's either Hadestown or Outsiders.
Okay.
But
Do you want to manifest something specifically to happen at one of those shows?
Not on the pod.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Inner thoughts, inner thoughts, inner thoughts. Inner thoughts. And then we have a sleepover day possibly coming up. So we have more time. So let's see. I manifest that like during our sleepover days we somehow get O'Mary and I don't know, I really want Outsiders. I'm manifesting Outsiders within the next 2 weeks. Sunset Boulevard.
Copyright
Because I saw somebody and I won't name. Hold on.
I'm just gonna say
I'm closing my books for this. Copyright because I saw somebody who shall not be named did an interview who shall not be named and they were talking to somebody who shall not be named and they said my Sunset Boulevard, which all of you know I say on the podcast. I've said it in our videos before and they full on copied me, but I'm not gonna say who it is. But Sunset Boulevard is my catchphrase. Biatches.
We got our eyes on you.
We see you.
Watch out.
We see you.
We see you. Like the iconic. I'm kidding. Just kidding, Brody. Come on the pod.
We would love an interview or two.
You could say iconic a million times.
Iconic. Yeah. Now that's iconic. Whatever. I'm manifesting we're getting into a lot of shows the next couple weeks.
Yeah. I'm manifesting.
And I'm manifesting that we I'm like really tired. And I'm manifesting that we are gonna be like surprised because we're gonna run into like someone somewhere that we were not expecting to run into. And I want to end the podcast on this note.
Oh.
For all our Outsiders girlies out there. We went to Pirates of Penzance on Wednesday, and yes, the whole Outsiders cast was there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bye, guys!
Bye!
Bye!
See you, have a good week!